The difference is clear. The difference is clear that the elders of Ile-Ife supports evil against Mama Tadenikawo, while the chief makers of Ile-Ife stand on the truth and justice. Some people are confused about the elders, the said elders and the said king makers. The people say, are they not supposed to be elders? Now, the answer is clear. In this video, this voice note, you will understand the really difference between the two. One favors Mama Tadenikawo, while the other one is looking for every possible means to buy or destroy Queen Naomi and Tadenikawo. Because the elders are people who take so much bribe from these Oloris. If I say so much bribe, don't even think it's 1 naira bribe or 2 naira bribe. Because for the Oloris to be able to convince them to be persuading Kabiyesi over Tadenikawo and Queen Naomi, don't you think it will involve huge sum of money? This matter, it don't linger for some time, my people. But this time around, wetin happen, wetin sup, wetin we hear, na im make us run, say make I come tell una this gist as e dey hot, as e dey hot. The elders of the land don't show Mama Tade shege pro max again this time. As they came to Kabiyesi, now giving Kabiyesi a condition that if he still wants to be the king of this Ile-Ife, then Tade must be available. Remember, the chief makers didn't make it mandatory that Tade might be available because the chief makers already know the danger of Tadenikawo being in the palace for now. Or Mama Tade being in the palace for now. They know the danger, and that is why there is an exception. You know, when someone knows the truth, the person can only give you an exception that, okay, for so period of time. It's not as if what the elders are demanding is not right. Don't quote me wrong. What the elders are demanding is right, 100%. But they are demanding it in a very wrong and suspicious way. Of course, it's suspicious because why would they insist? See, in the rank in Ile-Ife, the position that the kingmakers holds are higher than what the elders hold. The elders are just like, let me use army and police for example. The elders to Kabiyesi are just like police officers, but the chief makers are just like soldiers, so they have a higher rank. One is like federal, one is like state. Now, you feel me? So, imagine that the kingmakers have addressed this issue before when the Oloris. That is why, as the elders, it be like say the elders was not getting it for the Oloris, that they are not acting fast. The Oloris now had to go to the chief makers in order for them to persuade Ooni and mandate him. They didn't even want them to beg. They wanted them to mandate Kabiyesi that you must have to tell Queen Naomi to return with Tadenikawo before 90 days. But the kingmakers already know what they want. Now, look at what they requested. They said, if Queen Naomi doesn't want to come back, then Tade should go back to his father and practice tradition. That is what they are telling the kingmaker, so that they can persuade Kabiyesi or mandate Kabiyesi to bring Tade back to the palace. Have you seen their plans? So their problem is not even that we want Mama Tade to come, because Mama Tade staying with Tade Nikawo is blocking a lot of things. Is blocking them access to that boy. And that is why. Now look at what they told the kingmakers that time. They said, tell them to come. Tell Mama Tade Nikawo to bring Tade Nikawo, or leave Kabiyesi life, or leave Kabiyesi's marriage. Oh, now the elders of Ile-Ife has come, because they said the kingmakers chase them out, chase them away, and ask them, give them the warning. It was even the chief makers that came to the palace now telling Kabiyesi, hold your dogs, hold your wives. I don't want to ever see them now coming to tell us what we are going to do and what we are not going to do. So they now said the elders now take over and now want to mandate it. Now want to mandate it on Kabiyesi that Queen Naomi must come back before 90 days. Or Queen Naomi should just say you no wan marry, because there's no how you will be married to a king and you are living separately. Not just that you leave, you just go and come back. No, that you just pack and you are not living in the palace. Except the person is abroad. But once the person is around, the person must live in the palace. I say, what? All this while that Blow and Olori Calabash are staying in UK, you people do not say anything. Now, that is by the way. So, the elders now mandate that Kabiyesi must, they said it's a must to bring Queen Naomi back. So, Queen Naomi, to her, she dey panic. Why is she panicking? She's not panicking because the elders are going to do her anything, but she's panicking because she doesn't know if the elders will now say, okay, that Ooni should step down from her throne. But you guess what? Ooni showed that he's a man. He shows that he's a man, and true that he's a man. They said Ooni just warned them, give them the highest warning of their life, and told them never, ever, ever to return to him and say these things. Never, ever say it in your life that my wife and my son, you are giving them 90 days for what? Are you the kingmakers? They say Kabiyesi finished them. You know, the same way they give them this hand now, because Kabiyesi know they too shout on them. Kabiyesi will just, once Kabiyesi just say one thing, Kabiyesi will just go. Kabiyesi doesn't even have time for them and him to be dragging. But this time around, my people, hey, they say Kabiyesi really wept and gave them the highest warning of their life, never to return to me with such a request. My people, hey, it's sweet also. Say finally Kabiyesi is able to react for the very first time to these elders. Because in as much as the elders respect Kabiyesi as their king, Kabiyesi still give maximum respect to these elders, because some of these elders are senior to him. Alright? So, saying it out to Kabiyesi, make Kabiyesi telling, the elders telling Kabiyesi that Queen Naomi must return in 90 days with Tade, or make Queen Naomi bring Tade and go her way, or Queen Naomi should end the marriage. Who are they to talk when the kingmakers have already given Queen Naomi a go-ahead? It's like they are not updated. They slack. They are not really updated. I'm telling you. But Queen Naomi has really, really done a lot of sacrifice to Kabiyesi, to the extent that this their marriage, there is no going back. This their marriage, there is no going back. When Naomi is really, very strong. Her spirit is so strong, attached to that throne. So this Oloris, whatever you guys are doing, I don't know how you people planned it. I don't know how you want to do your thing, but just bear it in mind that whatever you are doing will just backfire, because Queen Naomi has already laid that course. I don't know if you heard the story of how Queen Naomi laid course on top these women. So if you've not heard it, you will really miss. Before we proceed, my people, make I first greet you on a happy Sunday. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. According to the time this information they reach you, it's your girl Life Gist Plus. I don't carry another story from the palace of Kabiyesi. I beg if you never subscribe to this channel, kindly subscribe to the channel. And then, to you, my returning subscribers, you guys are the real MVP. So the matter where they now, my people, is that the elders of the land don't come or say Mama Tade will vacate in 3 months. If she no accepts to come back to the palace with her son, and now they ask which kind command it is, because the least we know is that the chief makers are the one who are going to give commands. But Queen Naomi's fans, we will not panic, right? We are never going to panic, because all these things are trials and tribulations for our queen. You understand? And we know, say, these very wellers, they will never ever succeed. It's an assurance. We have that assurance. Even the elders, they know that the Oloris will never succeed. So all these things they do, I feel maybe they just collected the money. They collected the money from them and left. All right? So they will just be pretending as if they are working. Why? They are not doing anything. They will only come to they said you can only take the horse to the stream, but you cannot force the horse to drink. That is what the elders are doing now. They want to push Kabiyesi to accepting to divorce Mama Tade, but it will not work for him. Yes, it will not work. Tade Nikawo is such a good, a beautiful, a handsome child, a destined child, a special child of Kabiyesi. Nothing should happen to Tade. All these ones where the elders they talk say, come, you are coming to the palace with your son, you are coming back, or you drop your son. They have plans. They have evil plans against Tade, and it's very obvious. It's very, very obvious that that plan they have is to get hold of Tade. There is nothing else. Because tell me why the Oloris will continue to do what they are doing, even after their immunity are taken and they don't have protection again. Even after they know, say, they just did there. Wouldn't it have taught them a lesson that there's nothing else they can do in Queen Naomi and Tade Nikawo's matter? This should serve as a lesson to them. They should know. All right? So, it is possible that Tade will come back to the palace, and that is the only if Queen Naomi is going to come back with her, because there is no way Tade is going to stay in the palace alone without mommy. It is not done that way. Yes. So while Queen Naomi is figuring out the next thing to do, as Kabiyesi is figuring out the next thing, may we continue to pray for this great family, and so that whatever the shift makers and whatever they have planned, it will never work for them. I'm going to bring you more updates. Kindly note that all these are alleged information, not